Forget Game of Thrones, forget Succession. Every power struggle you've seen on TV is nothing compared to the story I'm about to tell you. This tale makes any HBO drama look like child's play. Did you know that Zeus, the famous god of thunder, wasn't always the ruler of Olympus? That's right. Before him, other gods ruled the cosmos, and the way he seized power is straight out of the most epic action movies. Picture this: a son who devours his own father, a mother who hides her baby in a secret cave, and a war so intense it literally shook the heavens and the earth. And that's just the beginning of the most incredible story in Greek mythology. Get ready to discover how a young god became the supreme ruler of Olympus, a journey filled with betrayals, epic battles, and twists that would make even George R.R. Martin jealous. If you've ever wondered how Olympus's royal family works, get ready for a story that goes far beyond a simple divine family tree. The Greek pantheon wasn't always the neatly organized hierarchy we see in textbooks, with Zeus at the top and all the other gods neatly arranged below him. In reality, it was a power struggle that unfolded across multiple divine generations. To unravel this intricate web of relationships and power, we need to go way back in time, way back. And our guide on this journey is Hesiod, a Greek poet who lived around the 8th century BCE. In his most famous work, Theogony, he did something revolutionary. He compiled the entire story of the world's creation and the gods into a single epic text. Think of Hesiod as the first great chronicler of the universe, a kind of ancient George R.R. Martin, documenting the origins of everything that exists. But Theogony isn't just a catalogue of gods and their roles. It's the story of how the universe itself evolved, starting from absolute nothingness and transforming into the world the Greeks knew. It's as if Hesiod were telling us the mythological version of the Big Bang, explaining how every part of the cosmos, from the stars to the oceans, from the mountains to the gods themselves, came into being and found its place. Here's the most fascinating part. Unlike many ancient religions where gods simply existed since the beginning of time, Greek mythology presents us with deities who were born, grew up, fought for power, and yes, some were even overthrown. It's a story of cosmic evolution, where power wasn't a given. It had to be seized and defended. And that's exactly what we're going to explore today. How the universe transformed from a primordial void into a divine realm with its own rules, hierarchies, and of course, legendary family feuds. Because even gods have their family dramas, except in their case, a family dispute can lead to the creation of oceans or the birth of monsters. In the beginning, there was only chaos, and not the kind of chaos you imagine when your room is a mess or when traffic is unbearable. We're talking about primordial chaos, an infinite dark void where nothing existed, yet everything was possible. But like any great story, things were about to get interesting. From chaos emerged Gaia, the Mother Earth, the first truly conscious entity in the universe. And when I say Mother Earth, I mean it literally. She was the planet itself. Imagine a being so vast that every mountain was part of her body, every river a vein flowing through her. Alongside her came Uranus, the starry sky, her future husband and partner in shaping the world as we know it. But here's where things start to get complicated and a little disturbing. From the union of earth and sky came the Titans, beings of unimaginable power. But Uranus wasn't exactly father of the year. In fact, he was so paranoid about his children overthrowing him that he kept them trapped inside Gaia. Yes, you heard that right, inside her. Imagine the pain of a mother forced to carry her own children as prisoners within her. And so, the first great divine coup was set in motion. Gaia, fed up with her suffering, forged a sickle of adamantine and convinced her youngest son, Cronus, to use it against his father. In a nighttime ambush, Cronus, well, let's just say he made sure Uranus would never have children again. The sky and earth were torn apart, and thus began the age of the Titans. But if you think Cronus learned anything from his father's mistakes, think again. As the saying goes, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. After receiving a prophecy that he would be overthrown by one of his own children, just as he had done to his father, Cronus came up with an even more extreme solution. He swallowed each of his children the moment they were born. His wife Rhea, heartbroken as she watched child after child disappear down her husband's throat, decided she had to act. When her sixth son, Zeus, was about to be born, she pulled off a plan straight out of the best spy movies. She handed Cronus a stone wrapped in cloth, pretending it was the baby, while secretly hiding the real Zeus in a cave on Crete. And now comes the part that could easily be turned into a Netflix series. Zeus grew up in secrecy, nourished with goat's milk and honey, protected by warriors who danced and clashed their shields to drown out his cries. When he came of age, he infiltrated his father's palace as a cupbearer. Yes, you read that right. The future king of the gods started out as a waiter and tricked Cronus into drinking a potion that made him vomit up all the children he had swallowed. Now picture the scene: 5 fully grown gods emerging from Cronus's stomach, ready for revenge. But this was just the beginning of a war that would last 10 years, one that would come to be known as the Titanomachy, the ultimate family feud. And what a war it was. The Titans fought from Mount Othrys while the young gods battled from Mount Olympus, clashes so fierce they shook the earth and split the sky. Zeus freed the Cyclopes and the Hecatonchires, 100-armed giants, from the depths of Tartarus, gaining powerful allies and divine gifts, including his famous lightning bolt. After the Olympians' victory, you'd think Zeus could finally relax on his celestial throne, right? Wrong. Every great leader knows that winning power is one thing, keeping it is another challenge entirely. Zeus faced multiple threats to his rule, including a rebellion led by his own wife Hera, who was fed up with his endless affairs. And then came Typhon, a monster so terrifying he made the Titans look like frightened kittens. The child of Gaia, who apparently still wasn't happy with the new world order. Typhon was a monstrous being with 100 dragon heads, each spewing fire. It took all of Zeus's cunning and power to defeat him in a battle that reshaped the geography of the ancient world. To secure his reign, Zeus did something modern CEOs still struggle to master. He delegated. He divided the world among his brothers, keeping the sky for himself, giving the seas to Poseidon and entrusting the underworld to Hades. A smart move. It kept his brothers occupied and relatively content while ensuring he remained the supreme ruler. Olympus then became something like a divine family business, with each god overseeing a different domain. Apollo governed the arts and prophecy. Athena ruled wisdom and strategy. Ares embodied war. Aphrodite presided over love, and so on. Think of it as a cosmic executive board, except with more lightning bolts and magical transformations. The Greek pantheon is proof that even gods aren't immune to power struggles and family drama. In a way, their stories still resonate because they reflect something deeply human. Our own desires for power, recognition, and love. Think about it. Each god represents a different facet of the human experience. Zeus, with all his power and flaws, reminds us that even the mighty have weaknesses. Hera shows how jealousy and revenge can consume even the immortal. Poseidon teaches us about accepting our role, even when it's not what we originally wanted. And now the big question. If you had to choose your place in this divine hierarchy, where would you fit in? Would you be one of the big three ruling over a fundamental part of the cosmos? An Olympian with your own domain of influence? Or maybe one of the primordials, present since the dawn of existence? Drop your choice in the comments, and don't forget to explain why. After all, if we've learned anything today, it's that in the world of Greek gods, every choice comes with its price and every power comes with its cost.